Tengo dos opciones importantes. Estudiar en casa o estudiar en la escuela. ¡Uf! Es una decisión difícil. En mi opinión, estudiar en la casa es perfecto, porque mi casa es tranquila y no hay distracciones de otras personas. Interesante. Es una buena opción. Sí, en mi opinión, estudiar en la escuela es el escenario perfecto, porque es divertido estar con mis amigos y con muchas otras personas. También es una buena opción. Entonces, Juan, ¿cuál es tu decisión? ¿Estudiar en la casa o estudiar en la escuela? Mi decisión es estudiar en casa. Me gusta la opción de estudiar en un lugar calmado y también estar con mi familia. Hola, mi gente! Were you able to tell what our lesson is going to be about based on my conversation with the other Juans? They were telling me why they like homeschooling and in-person schooling to help you make a decision. And today, I'm actually going to show you the different ways to express an opinion in Spanish. In this case, about the way people learn. If you're here at MiaPrep, it's probably because you're already a homeschooler. Or maybe you go to a school but also take some of our amazing courses to support what you already do in the classroom. In any case, I'm really happy you're here. And I'm sure you're going to be even happier when we're done. Because by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to use different phrases to express opinions and give reasons using porque. Are you ready? ¡Vámonos! Today, we're going to answer the following question. ¿Por qué te gusta tu forma de estudio? I'll say it again. ¿Por qué te gusta tu forma de estudio? Try to guess what this question means. Keep in mind that the idea is that you give your opinion and your reasons for it. So, what do you think it means? This question is asking why you like the way, the form you study or learn. In Spanish, we use por qué to ask for reasons. It means why. And to provide a reason, we say porque, which means because. So, repeat after me. ¿Por qué? Why? Porque. Because. As you can see, the question and answer are quite similar. The difference is one is two words and the other is only one word. So when you're asking a question, make sure you have both question marks and put the accent mark on the que. Otherwise, we wouldn't know if you're asking or answering. So, let's say that you prefer homeschooling, la educación en casa, estudiar en casa, over traditional schooling, la educación en la escuela, estudiar en la escuela. I could ask you, ¿por qué te gusta la educación en casa? And you could answer, me gusta la educación en casa porque es personalizada. Just to give you an example. After porque, because, you would provide all the reasons that explain your choice. Let's say the question and the answer together. ¿Por qué te gusta la educación en casa? Me gusta la educación en casa porque es personalizada. Awesome. Let me show you 4 easy phrases that you can combine with por qué to express your opinion and reasons about the way that you learn. The first one is pienso que. I think that. For example, you could say, pienso que estudiar en mi casa es productivo, porque mi casa es un lugar tranquilo. I think that studying at home is productive because my house is a calm place. Let's say that one together again. Pienso que estudiar en casa es productivo, porque mi casa es un lugar tranquilo. This makes perfect sense in Spanish. Even though it's short and simple, you're expressing a complete thought, and you have room to add more simple ideas using what you have learned in this course so far. For example, you could add that there aren't many distractions learning at home. Pienso que estudiar en casa es productivo, porque mi casa es un lugar tranquilo y no hay muchas distracciones. See? Great job. Now, let's see the other three, which you can use in the exact same way as you just did with pienso que. So, we can also say opino que. Opino looks familiar, right? Well, that's because it's related to opinion. It's a cognate, and it means it's my opinion that. For example, maybe one of the reasons you prefer homeschooling is because you're very shy, which is totally fine. So, you could say, opino que estudiar en la escuela es más estresante, stressful, para mí, porque soy una persona muy tímida, shy. Say with me. Opino que estudiar en la escuela es más estresante para mí, porque soy una persona muy tímida. The other options are creo que, I believe that, and me parece que, which is another way to express I think that or in my opinion. So let's say them. Creo que me parece que. Awesome. Finally, let's use these last two in an example. You could say, me gusta estudiar en casa porque creo que es flexible y no es estresante. Repeat it with me. Me gusta estudiar en casa porque creo que es flexible y no es estresante. Or you could also say, me parece que estudiar en la escuela es divertido porque tengo muchas oportunidades para socializar. Repeat one last time with me. Me parece que estudiar en la escuela es divertido porque tengo muchas oportunidades para socializar. Great work! See, you're already putting full sentences together. Wow! I couldn't be prouder! Ok, amigos, es el final de nuestra lección. And you discovered many new things about Spanish today, like how to use different phrases to express opinions and give reasons using porque. Remember that the more you practice, the better you get at speaking Spanish. Until then, I'll see you next class. Ciao! Nos vemos! Hey.